I cannot believe I am even recording this right now, but my heart is pounding because we are standing on the edge of a massive disaster or a legendary breakthrough. Our Chicago Bears are playing a dangerous game of chicken with the most important position on defense, and the clock is ticking loud enough to wake up the ghosts at Soldier Field. You will not believe the name that just popped up on the radar as our absolute best fit because this changes everything we thought about the pass rush. This is it, guys. The moment of truth is finally. Before we go deep into this fire, let me just say that we are building something special here in our own little corner of the internet. We are closing in on 3,000 subscribers, and honestly, I need your help to get us over the mountain. If you live and breathe for this team, just hit that subscribe button right now because we are building this tribe together, and I want every single one of you in the room when we finally witness greatness. Now let us talk about the elephant in the room that is keeping me up at night. We are staring at a massive hole on the defensive line that could swallow our entire season whole. Everyone knows that Montez Sweat is an absolute monster, but he is out there on an island right now. Who is going to help him? We have been looking at a trio of Austin Booker and Shemar Turner and Dayo Odeyingbo, but let us be real for a second. This situation is terrifying because Turner and Odeyingbo are both fighting back from devastating injuries. We are talking about a torn ACL and an Achilles rupture, which are basically the two horsemen of the apocalypse for a pass rusher. They were not even dominating before they got hurt, so why are we betting our future on them? Then you have Austin Booker, who definitely shows a flash of brilliance here and there, but he is far from being a locked-in starter in this league. This is a gamble that feels like putting your life savings on a single spin of the roulette wheel. I love this team, but I am tired of seeing us settle for what if instead of what is. This is about the grit and the legacy of the Chicago Bears defense, which used to strike fear into the hearts of every quarterback in the NFL. Now we are just hoping that someone recovers fast enough to provide a tiny spark. Do you really trust management to leave Montez Sweat out there to get double-teamed every single snap? It is frustrating because we see the talent and we see the potential, but the execution on the roster building side feels like a nightmare waiting to happen. The raw truth is that our pass rush was simply not up to snuff last year, and it is making my blood boil just thinking about the missed opportunities. We finished tied for the 7th fewest sacks in the entire league under Dennis Allen, and that is absolutely unacceptable for a franchise with our history. We all sat through the draft and we all waited for that phone call or that trade announcement that never came. We were certain Chicago would draft an explosive edge defender, but we were left standing in the rain with nothing but a hope and a prayer. It gets even crazier because the front office is basically telling us to trust the process while the house is on fire. They are banking on these guys and the coaching staff to somehow magically improve by 2026, but that is an extremely risky bet to make when we know the stakes are this high. I am losing my mind watching other teams load up on talent while we are sitting here playing it safe. Safety does not win championships, and playing it safe certainly does not get you back to the Super Bowl. We need a predator on that edge, and we need someone who can collapse the pocket before the quarterback can even blink. Think about the pressure on this coaching staff right now. If this gamble fails, then everyone is going to be looking for someone to blame. The tension in the building must be through the roof because they know they missed a golden opportunity to solidify this roster earlier in the spring. I want to be excited and I want to believe, but how can I stay calm when the numbers are telling me a story of failure? We deserve better than a bottom-tier pass rush, especially when we have the pieces to be a dominant force in the division. It feels like we are being held back by a lack of aggression in the front office. Are we really going to let this window of opportunity slide by just because we were too afraid to pull the trigger on a big move? I need you guys to tell me if you are as worried as I am about this lack of movement. But wait, because there is a silver lining that just emerged, and it might just be the redemption arc we have been waiting for. ESPN analyst Matt Bowen just dropped an absolute bombshell, and he named the Chicago Bears as the best fit for none other than Von Miller. Yes, you heard that right, and I am talking about the legendary pass rusher who has terrorized this league for a decade. This would be the ultimate power move to save our season and transform this defense from a question mark into an exclamation point. Bowen pointed out that with our current injury situation, there is a wide open door for Miller to come in as an elite sub-package defender. Think about the strategic brilliance of using a future Hall of Famer in specialized situations where he can just pin his ears back and hunt the quarterback. At this stage of his career, Miller is best used as a designated pass rusher, which is exactly what we need to complement Montez Sweat. He had a team-high 9 sacks for the Commanders last season, and that kind of production would be an absolute godsend for us right now. He is 37 years old, but do not let the age fool you because the man still has the chops to make a significant impact on every single down he plays. Adding Miller would be about so much more than just the numbers on a stat sheet. We are talking about a guy with 2 Super Bowl rings and a championship pedigree that could infect this locker room with a winning culture. He has been through the fire and he has come out on the other side as a champion. He knows what it takes to win at the highest level, and that kind of veteran leadership is invaluable for a young team trying to make a leap. Imagine him in the meeting rooms showing our young guys like Austin Booker the nuances of the pass rush. This is not just a signing, it is a statement to the rest of the league that the Chicago Bears are not here to play games. We are here to compete, and we are here to win now. Seriously, guys, I am losing my mind here because the math on this deal actually makes perfect sense for us. Last season, Miller only played 37% of the snaps, but he still managed to tally 9 sacks and 36 pressures. Think about that for a second, because those 9 sacks would have ranked second on our entire team right behind Montez Sweat. That is insane production for a guy who was basically a part-time player. Now imagine what he could do in our system where he does not have to be the primary focus of every offensive line. They will be so worried about Sweat that Miller will have a one-on-one path to the quarterback almost every single time he is on the field. Spotrac estimates that he will pull in a 1-year deal worth around $5.8 million. In the world of NFL contracts, that is basically pennies for a guy who can give you double-digit sack potential. Even if his price goes up because of his performance last year, we should not even hesitate to write that check. We have the cap space, and we definitely have the need, so what are we waiting for? I am telling you right now that this is the kind of move that changes the trajectory of a franchise. It is the difference between being a middle-of-the-road team and being a legitimate contender in the playoffs. The clock is ticking on the second wave of free agency, and other teams are starting to circle like vultures. We cannot afford to be passive any longer, while a potential legend is sitting out there waiting for a call. Only a true fan understands how much we have suffered with a mediocre pass rush over the last few years. We have seen too many quarterbacks stand in the pocket all day and carve us up like a Thanksgiving turkey. It is time to put an end to that era and bring in a proven winner who knows how to finish the job. This is the secret weapon that could unlock the full potential of our entire defensive unit. I truly believe that if we land Von Miller, then the rest of the NFC North is going to be put on notice immediately. This is our chance to grab the spotlight and never let it go. This is the moment where we find out who the Chicago Bears really are and what they actually want for our future. Are we going to be the team that plays it safe and hopes for the best, or are we going to be the aggressive predator that takes what belongs to us? Signing Von Miller is not just about a player, it is about a philosophy. And it is about showing this city that we are tired of losing. I can see the vision so clearly now, with Sweat on one side and Miller on the other, creating a circle of fire that no quarterback can escape. This is how we reclaim our identity as the monsters of the Midway and finally bring a championship back to the lakefront. But I want to hear from you, because you are the heart and soul of this team, and your voice matters more than any analyst on television. I want to see your fire in the comments below right now. Is this our year to finally dominate, or are we being let down by a front office that is too scared to make a big move? Should we pull the trigger on Von Miller today, or do you actually trust the guys we already have in the building? I need you to be raw, and I need you to be raw, and I need you to be honest, because we are a family, and we tell each other the truth. Do not forget to subscribe so we can reach that 3,000 goal and keep this conversation going every single day. We are building something legendary here, and I am so proud to have you all along for the ride. The season is fast approaching, and every decision matters more than the last one. Keep the faith and keep the energy high, because the winds are changing in Chicago, and I can feel something special in the air. I will be watching the news like a hawk, and the second anything drops, you will hear it here first. Let us go out there and show the world what it means to be a fan of the greatest team in history, Bears Nation.